Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at all of the new LEGO Harry Potter sets that have been revealed for the summer here. And I believe that all of these sets will be coming out on June 1st. And the first set here that we're going to take a look at is the Hogwarts Castle Herbology class here. This set will be $50 US, come with 390 pieces here. And it comes with 3 minifigures as well as some like the baby mandrake pieces here, which those are super cool here. That's definitely going to be the most interesting part about the set here for I think a lot of people here, because those are some very cool molds here. But the actual size of the set here doesn't feel like a very large set here for $50 US. Yeah, it just doesn't look very big. I would expect something of this size to be more like maybe 35 tops, so it would probably be like closer to 40. So 50 definitely feels like too much for this here, but it definitely looks like a pretty cool set here with a lot of the stuff in the greenhouses, greenhouses here, and lots of different plants here. There's like Neville's plant there. I can't remember what that was called, but that appeared in one of the later films here. I believe this is supposed to represent the events from the second film here, but that came in a later film, I believe. But yeah, lots of cool plants here, lots of cool like details and everything. And you can kind of reconfigure this here, so you can make the kind of like buildings here like this, or you can kind of bring them together like this here. And that ends up looking pretty cool here. And here are all the minifigures here. These look like pretty good minifigures here. Neville and Hermione here do share like the same torso, I believe. Here, so that's nice, and I do like their Professor Sprout minifigure there as well. That's a cool minifigure there. So overall here, this looks like a pretty cool set. Definitely feels pretty overpriced though, for what you end up getting here, but it does look like a cool set though. If you know that's probably a set that you'd probably want to wait to get on sale here. But this here is the Fawkes Dumbledore's Phoenix here. This is $23 US, and it will come with 299 pieces here. This is kind of like a buildable Fawkes here. We did get a buildable Fawkes actually a couple years back. I believe it was like 2021, I'm pretty sure. But this is a little bit different here. This is smaller. The wings can't like move like that one could. And this one also comes with like the sorting hat and the Sword of Gryffindor here as well. It's kind of like little like side kind of accessories here to this set. But the design of this here I think looks pretty good here. Yeah, for what it is, I think this looks pretty nice here. It's pretty accurate to the real Fawkes, but this definitely looks more like this looks like a kind of, maybe it's supposed to be, not like a, it's not supposed to be like a replica almost of Fawkes, but it almost looks more like the baby Fawkes when it comes out of the ashes here. Like that's what this looks like. This doesn't look like a fully grown Fawkes here. I'm not sure if that's that is what it's intending to represent. I'm not really sure about that. There, and then there's I assume this is maybe actually supposed to be the baby Fawkes there, but then it's like holding the Sword of Gryffindor there as well, and you can kind of like pose the wings around as well there, so that part's pretty cool there, but you can't like move the wings or anything like you could on the other Fawkes from a couple years back here. But this looks like a pretty nice set. It does feel pretty expensive here, but that's still a nice set here. And then this one is the Chomping Monster Book of Monsters here. And we also got one of those a couple years back as well, but I guess LEGO wanted to do another one here. And honestly, I'm not against that here, because I think that this is a pretty cool thing to make a LEGO set of here. $60 though, that feels kind of expensive for what you get here. I'm not sure about the exact size here and everything, but that, yeah, it does feel a little bit expensive there. Not sure how far this can open as well here. But this does look pretty cool here, and it does have like the like mouth kind of like tongue there as well. And I'm not sure what they're showing there, but it looks like maybe if you push on it, the mouth chomps. Oh, I think that's what it is. Maybe if you push the mouth chomps down, that's kind of cool there. And then you also get like a minifigure version of the book as well here. And I can't really tell from that picture the size here, but, it looks like a fairly decent size. So maybe the price actually isn't as bad as I had thought here. And it actually kind of looks smaller there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the price there, but, yeah, some of the pictures make it look a little bit bigger, and then some it doesn't look quite as big there. But it still looks like a pretty cool set regardless there. And then this here is the Book Nook Hogwarts Express here. This one will be $100. Now, I'm pretty sure about this one that the price is not good on this one here. This is $100, 832 pieces here. Not a good price, honestly. I don't feel like for this one, especially too here, just for the size of it. It doesn't look like a very big set here, but it does look like a pretty cool set here. And this is definitely something that would, this is definitely something to wait to get on sale though, for sure. But it does look like a pretty cool set here. It's supposed to be like bookends here, that you would put, like that you would use here, as you can see on the front of the box. Here, and then the design of the train here is very nice. I really like the way that looks there. It's not super detailed or anything, but that's not really the intent. It's just, supposed to kind of have a, it's supposed to just kind of look nice here. Not really supposed to be like super detailed here. It's supposed to look more like fantasy inspired here, I believe is kind of the intent here. But the King's Cross part looks pretty nice here as well. And you can kind of like, there's lots of different forms you can have this in here. So you can have it kind of closed up like this. You can have it open like this. And then you can also have it, I think there's a picture down here. Yeah, you can have it like the book ends here as well, which is pretty cool. There, so they can actually like separate there, which is cool. And then I believe here that there are quotes on the top here. And I can't tell exactly what quotes here these are supposed to represent here. But that's still kind of a nice inclusion there, having those quotes there. And then the minifigures here look pretty good here. These are obviously supposed to be the versions of the characters here when they first meet on the train there. And there's like the chocolate frog there that they have. And then there's that picture. I think I already showed that there. And yeah, so this looks like a pretty cool set here. Pretty nice design and a nice idea here as well. But the price of $100 here feels very, very expensive here for what you end up getting here. Now, the next one, this is one I definitely want to get at some point. I really like this set here. This is the Privet Drive Aunt Marge Visit here. This will be $90 US and come with 639 pieces here. And we did get a Privet Drive set. I think it was 2020. And that one, I believe, was like $70, I want to say. So this is like $20 more, but I feel like you get more stuff here, honestly. This looks bigger than that one. And this one here, you can fully close up here as well, as you can see in this picture right here, which is pretty cool. I don't believe you could do that with the previous one. I think it was just open from around the back. And we'll look more at the interior here, interior of the house here in just a second. But this is obviously supposed to be based on the third film here. And you get like the kind of the blown up Aunt Marge. You also get like the regular minifigure of her though as well, which is pretty cool. And you get her dog there, and then of course the Dursleys and Harry Potter himself there, which is cool. And I'm not sure actually about the size of the house now, seeing it next to this minifigure, or this, kind of minifigure here. I'm not sure about the sizing there. That may be a little bit smaller than I was thinking here. But here you can see the inside there. So there's like Harry's room there. It's very small. I believe that's Harry's room though. But there's not even like walls or anything to separate that. But I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Then there's like a bathroom there. There's Dudley's room. So obviously much bigger, and that's definitely accurate. But that just feels like Harry's room feels very small there. And there's like the little like I guess like the living room section there. And then there's like the front door and like the kitchen here as well. And I believe you can take out the table here. I'm not sure which picture shows that in, but I believe I saw that you can take out the table here as well. But yeah, so there's Dudley's room there. I think that looks pretty nice, and I think there's some closer pictures of that here as well. And there's like the bed there, and there's a computer there as well. So that looks pretty nice. And then there's like a picture up on the wall as well there, and I believe that's supposed to be Dudley boxing. I'm pretty sure that was something his character did, was box at one point. Not in the films, I don't believe, but I think that was mentioned maybe in one of the books or something. But and then there's Harry's like the cupboard under the stairs there, and then there's Marge like flying up in the air there's well, so there is like the clear piece, but then you can also just hold her up in the air, which is pretty cool. And there's like the back section. So this looks like a pretty nice set here. The house looks very nice here. I think it's definitely an improvement over the last set. I do have that set, and I think I did a review on it back a couple years ago. And so yeah, this is definitely, I think, an improvement over that set here. There is a video here, so let me play this here. But there's like, yeah, I wonder if the roof is actually removable there after you build it, or if that was just in the process of it being built here. There's like a little door you can open there. And then there's the house, how it swings. Yeah, so you can't remove that. I was pretty sure that you could there. And yeah, so yeah, you can attach the Aunt March figure as well. And there's a reference to, I believe that's supposed to be a reference to the Chamber of Secrets there, how you can pull out the window. This is obviously a much more of a Prisoner of Azkaban inspired set, but that was kind of a reference there to the Chamber of Secrets. So that's pretty nice there. So this definitely looks like a very cool set, and this is definitely one I would like to get at some point. $90 does feel pretty expensive for it, but honestly, I don't hate that price. I definitely would like to see this more at like, I feel like you get more in the previous one, so maybe like 75, and that was also a couple years ago. So like, you know, maybe 75, 80, not 90 though, but we're pretty close though. So honestly, I don't hate that price there. This one here is the Quality Quidditch Supplies and Ice Cream Parlor set here. This looks like a pretty nice set here. This is kind of the next set in the Diagon Alley sort of line of sets here. I believe this is the third year that they've done that for, so this will be the third set kind of in that series here. So be $100 though. And yeah, so it looks like pretty cool stuff here. The buildings look pretty cool. These weren't like prominent buildings or anything featured in the films, but you know, they're definitely still important to include in this line of sets here. But there's not really like much of a floor here on the ice cream parlor here, so I hope that yeah, that ends up, you know, being substantial and not just kind of like more of a facade there. But it's kind of the same thing with this as well here. There's not much of an upper floor as well. There's at least a lower floor there for that one. But yeah, honestly, I kind of want to see more detail in these here, honestly. Like, especially the ice cream parlor, it's very lacking in detail, honestly. There's just not much going on the inside of these here. This one's a little bit better here, especially with that upper floor. But still, I think there definitely could be a lot more interior detail. And this minifigure I think is super cool here. This is the Florian Fortescue minifigure there. So that's pretty cool. And then you get like Ron as well, some other students here. I'm not exactly sure. I assume that's the Quality Quidditch Supplies, like the worker who works there. I don't know what that character, if that character had a name, I don't remember that. There, and then there you can like twist that, and I guess that pops out the window, I assume. So that's pretty cool there. And yeah, this looks like a pretty cool set here. These are definitely important shops here to be included in this kind of Diagon Alley lineup of sets here. And there it kind of shows how you can like configure them with the other sets that have been released here. So yeah, that looks like a pretty nice set here, especially if you have gotten the other Diagon Alley sets there. But this one here, this is the big one. This one has been rumored for a very, very long time here. But this is the Hogwarts Castle, the main tower here. This one people have been wanting ever since they released that Great Hall last year, because the Great Hall didn't have the big tower next to it. So people have been wondering, where's the tower? This is the tower here. Finally, you can get it for $260 here. Over 2,000 pieces though, so that's good at least here. But this looks like a very tall set here, especially next to these minifigures here. Looks like it's going to be a pretty big set here, and it's not an 18+ set either, which is interesting. There, it definitely seems like the type of thing that would be, but it's not, which is interesting there. And there are closer pictures here of the whole inside here, so it's kind of hard to see from this picture here. But there's like the chest part, so this is basically all of like the climax of the first film here. So there's the chest, the keys, the devil's snare, Fluffy the dog there. Then there's, I'm not sure, I think this is just like kind of like a little connecting sort of room there. And then there's like stairs. There's Dumbledore's office, the Mirror of Erised, in the Gryffindor common room. That's super cool. That's being represented. Lots of minifigures here. Definitely some important ones there. I'm not sure who this old man character is there. I don't remember that character. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that's supposed to be like Fluffy's owner or something. But I don't think there was an owner in the films. Yeah, I'm not sure who that character is supposed to be. I wonder if it says down here anywhere. Oh, Professor Kettleburn. That's probably who that's supposed to be. Yeah, I don't remember that character. I don't believe that character was in the films. Yeah, but I don't remember that character there. But I guess that's who that's supposed to be there. Yes, there's like the chest part. It's pretty miniature there, but you can still kind of recreate that scene there as well. And then there's Dumbledore's office there, and you get like Fox as well. And then there's Fluffy. It looks like they used a different mold from what they used. They did Fluffy a couple years ago in a set. This looks different than that Fluffy here, but this looks like it's going to be a very big set here. And there is it next to the Great Hall here. I believe that one was $200. So for a combined like $460 or whatever, you can get that set up there. So that's pretty cool there, but very expensive though. And then there's the Gryffindor common room. that's pretty cool there. I like the portrait as well. There's lots of cool chairs and beds. That's very nice. And you get like Neville as well here. So that's super cool there. I like that a lot here. And then there's like the back as well. And there's a video here. Let me play this here really quick. So there's how you can like attach. I don't believe the floors are like removable or anything. I think it's all kind of one set here. It's not very modular here. But then there's all the little like kind of sub-assemblies that can come out. So that's pretty cool there. And then there's Fluffy and everything as well. And there's the trapdoor. So, yeah, it's going to be very massive there if you combine those two sets. But overall here, this looks like a pretty good set here. It does feel expensive, but it's a pretty big set here, honestly. But I still do feel like it's a little overpriced here for what you're getting. But I'm glad they finally put out the main tower here, because you kind of need that to go with the Great Hall here. But on the final set here, this is Thestral Family, $70 here, 548 pieces. This looks like a pretty cool set here. It feels pretty expensive for $70 here, honestly. Like, I don't feel like you get really that much stuff here. I mean, it looks like you do, but this here is just kind of like a skeleton there, and with like the little cloth piece there. There's not a whole lot of like substance there. So, yeah, this definitely feels kind of overpriced, but this is pretty cool here. I do like these kind of like animal sets here that they've done, that LEGO's done here. So yeah, this looks pretty cool there, but again, it does feel pretty expensive. I'm glad you get like the adult Thestral and the baby Thestral as well, so that's pretty cool there. And you can kind of like represent them flying there. Oh, and there's a video for this here as well. Let me play this really quick here. And yeah, I mean, I think it's mostly just assembling here. And then there you can spread their wings. I actually did not realize that. That's pretty cool there. So you can spread the wings out. That's cool. I like that. There, and then you can move the tail around and everything. So yeah, this looks like a pretty cool set here. I'm not sure about that price, so that feels a little expensive. I'd honestly like to see this more like 55 or so, maybe 60. 70 feels like too much here though for this one. But overall here though, I feel like this is a pretty good wave of sets here. I feel like a lot of overpriced stuff here, but I definitely do want to get the Privet Drive set at some point. And then, like, I might get this Fox one here as well. That's pretty cool. There, I do like that set as well. And then, like, even this one's pretty cool here as well. Pretty overpriced, but there's definitely lots of cool stuff here. This one's very nice as well here. I do like this. And then this one here feels pretty overpriced, but it's cool. And this was definitely a much needed set here after that Great Hall from last year. But this one I definitely want to get though at some point, because I really like this set. Here, but that will pretty much do it for this set here. This is pretty much everything that we know of, at least now. It's up on lego.com. It's coming out for Harry Potter wise on June 1st here, but that will pretty much do it for this video here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next one.